morning, everyone. My name is Karla, and you have reached my FlossTube channel, KarlaBeingCrafty, where I talk about mostly cross stitch, but also other crafts that I'm involved in and a little bit of life thrown in. Today is Sunday. It's April 11th, and this is my FlossTube number 89. It is a bit of a kind of overcast day here in Southern California. Our weather last week was kind of in the high 70s, very low 80s. So definitely the weather, I mean, it got really crazy warm the week before, but it's kind of now a little bit more normal. Mostly comfortable. It gets a little bit hot. My apartment is a little hot box in the afternoon from spring through fall because I have these huge glass windows over here that face the afternoon sun, and I'm on the second floor, so that sun just comes in and bakes my apartment. And I pretty much in warmer weather keep my air conditioning on. It's just a, you know, an apartment wall air conditioning. It's not central air or anything, but I do keep it on at night so that it can keep my apartment cool enough for me to sleep, because I'm sure a lot of you are aware, especially as you get older, for me, I need to have it very cool to get a comfortable night's sleep. So I gave up on the whole economy thing. I figure my electric bill is not that high. I have a tiny apartment. It's just all air conditioning, and getting a decent night's sleep is worth it to pay a little bit of higher electricity bill in the summertime. So anyway, but the weather's been pretty good overall. So I don't have any like super exciting updates that happened this past week. It was just kind of a normal week. I am going away for the weekend, not next weekend, but the weekend after. I'm going to be going to Vegas just for like, you know, we're going on Friday, coming back on Sunday for Reagan's cheer competition. She's the only one who's going to be anywhere near a competition or anybody. The way that they're doing it, it's very like, each team is very isolated. They go in separately, perform, come out. So probably her whole time at the competition will be like half an hour. So aside from, I think my brother or Stacy, I don't know, one of them is going to have to take her there and pick her up. The rest of us will be spending the, you know, 2.5 days, in a Verbo, that's it. Verbo house with a pool. And so that's really the plan, is just to go and relax for a day and a half and swim. The kids are very excited. They got snorkels and everything, and now they all like are really excited to take a bath rather than a shower because they've been practicing with their snorkels in the bathtub. But other than that, I mean, that's what we have coming up that we're all looking forward to. I don't know what I'm going to do about filming that weekend. I actually have a demo video that I've kind of half put together, but I finished what I had to do so I can do my second half. And I think I might put that together and then upload that weekend instead of doing a regular video. And then maybe I'll blog that weekend or vlog that weekend and then show that. So I don't know exactly what will happen, but I assure you that there will be something that will go up, and even if I don't manage to do that, I'll be back the next Sunday. But other than looking forward to that, and I got a new bathing suit, which I didn't need, but I got it anyway. There's nothing too exciting that's been going on. Actually, for me, the most exciting thing that happened last week is I decided to try out Daily Harvest, which is going to sound like one of those, oh, affiliate. I'm not an affiliate. I'm not anything. I'm just a regular person who decided to try it out. I used to really love cooking, and any kind of like bio, or, you know, when I was like dating, my dating profile would always say how much I loved cooking. And I guess I still do, like when I'm with my brother and his family, when we go on vacation, I love like cooking with all of them and that kind of thing. And I still kind of like putting together parties, which we haven't done in like a year, right? Year and a half. I haven't done anything like that. But for myself, I don't even want to go in the kitchen. Like, I don't want to do anything. Like, I don't even want to have to put soup in a pot on the stove and stand at the stove and cook a pot of soup. I'm terrible. I just don't want to do it. So I've been trying to fight that and end up eating badly and eating too much like takeout and stuff like that. I tried a meal delivery service before COVID. I tried one, and while I liked it, it was a big waste. I got too much food and I didn't cook it fast enough for it to be worth it to get all those fresh ingredients and stuff. So that didn't work for me. But the Daily Harvest, everything's frozen, and it's all like, you stick it in the microwave to make the harvest bowls or the oatmeal, and the smoothies, you know, you dump it in a cup, put in your almond milk, and whir it up. And so far I am just really liking it. It really fits the combination for me of very little work, but you still get something that tastes really fresh. It feels really healthy for me. It fits in with the way I'm trying to eat for my type 2 diabetes and stuff. It all seems to work. It doesn't have a lot of protein, so I did get protein powder to add to some of the smoothies, and like other things I might eat like a protein bar with it, or have some tuna or something like that. That's very easy. But especially for like lunches to take to work and then quick dinners or on the weekend, I think this is going to be really good for me. It is a bit expensive, but I thought about it, and it's like, I go, like, if I stop and get fast food for breakfast or stop at Starbucks, I'm spending the same or more as I would spend on one of these smoothies. So for me, I'm enjoying it. I do have like a referral code. If anybody who's watching is like, I've been thinking about doing that anyway, definitely I can give you a referral code for $25 off the first box. It does, I think it gives me $25 off too. So I'm more than happy to share that with you guys, but this isn't like they don't know who I am. I'm just telling you guys, I tried it and I'm really liking it so far. The other thing that I have ordered again, totally on a whim, before I got into cross stitch, so that's how long, you know, over 2 years ago, when I first got divorced and first started watching YouTube, basically I was watching like makeup channels and stuff, just for enjoyment, not, you know, I have no aspirations to be any kind of beauty blogger or anything like that. I mean, that's ridiculous. But I used to get like 2 or 3 subscription boxes, and I really looked forward to getting that stuff every month. I was a little lonely at that period in my life, much more so than I am now. I hadn't like really reconnected with my brother's family, and it was something to look forward to, you know, to get home and have stuff in the mail coming. So it was something that I did during kind of a hard period of time for me. I did a lot of like cosmetic-y type stuff and bath bombs and things like that. And then when I moved here, I stopped all that. You know, I had plenty, more than enough products and everything, but it's been a good 2 or 2.5 years, maybe more than that even, since I've gotten any of that kind of stuff. And so on a whim, I reordered a BoxyCharm box subscription, and I actually just paid up front for a year so I don't have to think about it. And then next year, when I'm probably up to here with products, I can cancel it again. But the reason I'm mentioning it here is I have a craft channel, but you guys know I talk about lifestyle stuff and everything. Put my glasses on so I can see how long I've been talking already. Anyway, I do tasting unboxings of the Universal Yums, and you know, people watch and seem to enjoy it, and I just wanted to know if you guys would be interested in seeing me do BoxyCharm unboxings as a separate little, you know, video, just an extra. There's 1,000 people out there who do them, and beauty bloggers and people who will do a face of makeup using it afterwards, and, you know, will give you actual information. I'm not going to do that. I'm more going to open box and go, ooh, this is a pretty color. But you'll see what's in my box. So let me know if you'd be interested in doing that, because, you know, I like doing videos, so I would be happy to do them. But, you know, I'll put it up to you guys. Are there any of you out there that might want to see them, just to, you know, visit with me while I unbox some, you know, mascara and skin cream? Okay. I think that's about it for all the chit chat at the beginning. I'm really surprised actually that Baggy hasn't come up here and yelled at me yet, because I was over at Aaron and Stacy's yesterday, and those of you who watch me on the regular know that when I'm gone for a day, the next day on Sunday, he is very clingy and needy and yelling at me a lot because I was gone for a day. He already did that this morning. I got here bright and early at about 8 o'clock this morning. I arrived home, fed him, of course, because he was very angry that his breakfast was like an hour later than it normally is. And he's been yapping at me ever since. So if he comes over during the video, that's why. I'll pick him up, let you guys see him, and then he'll want down. I want to give a very big thank you today to Jill from Tampa, who bought me a coffee. I do have the Buy Me a Coffee link down below for those of you who might be interested in using it. It is, I'm sure you guys know this, you hear this on every FlossTuber that you watch. It's a service, it's a link, it's a company where you guys can give a monetary appreciative gift to me. It is not required, it is not necessary, it is very much appreciated. It's a real thrill for me when I get that little email notification that in this case Jill from Tampa bought you a coffee, and it's just really fun. And then there's like a little message thing that you can give, and I don't go into the actual site all the time, so sometimes when I go in I'm a couple weeks behind to answer, but I try to at least say thank you in that message thing too. But it's a very nice thing to get as a YouTuber, to get that little accolade. So if you would like to use it, it's there for you. If not, that's fine. Come watch me, put a comment on this channel. I love the comments. Last week, so many of you were so like nice and just made me feel so like loved and appreciated, and you were so complimentary about my hair because I got that nasty comment. So thank you. I don't necessarily do this for people to stroke my ego, but it you know, I'm not gonna say I hate it. I like it when you guys tell me that you like me. So thank you. I really appreciate it, and I love having all of your comments. So if I haven't said welcome yet, have I? If this is your first time finding this channel, I think I'm a little scattery this morning. I think I'm a little overtired, to be honest. A nap is in my future. If I haven't said welcome yet, welcome. And I hope that you like what you see, and you're going to want to come back and subscribe, maybe hit the like button. I guess hitting the like button does help with the YouTube analytics and makes me show up on other people's feeds or whatever. So anyway, I do appreciate all of you guys who come by and see me and send me messages and send me the love and just all of the good stuff. But again, thank you to Jill in Tampa for buying me a coffee this week, and thank you to everybody who's done it in the past, and thank you to everybody who just shows up here every week and watches me. I do really appreciate it. Okay, let's get into the stuff. I've yapped at you for 13 minutes. I think that's enough. Let me take a quick sip. Soda this morning, Diet Coke. Okay, so I didn't have any stitchy new starts or finishes. I did finish last week. That's why I put Cats in the Rain, in case you guys hadn't noticed. I don't know how well it shows up on a video. I'm always surprised when I go back and watch myself on the TV after I post, which I watch my videos all the time. I know there are people who never watch their videos. It makes them uncomfortable. I've been a community theater actress since I was 17 years old. So, yeah, I like watching my videos. I will be honest with you. But I'm always surprised when I go back and watch them, and like certain things are like seem bigger, you know, than, because when I'm filming, I'm this big, you know, and then all of a sudden I'm on the big TV and it's like, maybe I should have backed up a little bit or not leaned to the camera so that you could see every bump on my face. But all right, whatever. Anyway, so I didn't have any stitchy new starts, but I did start a new diamond painting. I haven't finished the one that I started before, so now I'm getting whips and diamond paintings too. But the reason I started this one is because Stacy also has this one, and she is on a push to get this done really quick because she is doing it for a gift for somebody that she needs to give it to them in May. And so since I had it as well, we decided, oh, let's try and do it together. She's going to finish it way before me, but I did start it. Got that much done on the one diamond painting session that we did. And it is this cute elephant umbrella thing. So it's always so kind of amazing when you look at diamond painting. Like when I'm looking at it right here, it just looks like colors. And then when I look at it in the view screen, you know, holding it back, I can see the cloud and everything. So it's kind of cool. One of the really cool things about diamond painting. But, so she's giving this as a gift to somebody who has always been like a shelter for her against the storms of the world. Somebody that she's gone to during more difficult periods in her life. And so, I mean, what a cute picture for that sentiment. I'm doing it for me because I like elephants. It's gonna go on my elephant wall. It also kind of has a little bit more significance right now just because of my mom, you know, and the mommy sheltering the baby. You know, it all makes me think of her. Her birthday's coming up on the 18th of this month, so she is very much on my mind. Not that she wouldn't be anyway, but anyway, okay. Oh, and then I had a restart. Speaking of my mom, I had a restart of the Always My Mother piece. Somebody sent me a comment this week, which I really liked, and I'm sorry, I get a little confused sometimes, like who sent me what, and I didn't write it down. So, but this person said to not call it a memorial piece, I should call it a tribute piece, and I think that that's right. It's a tribute to my mom. It's something that will remind me of her and just hopefully bring a smile to my face as I think about what a wonderful person she was and how much I miss her. So I don't want to, yeah, saying memorial doesn't evoke the same positive feeling as tribute, and I want it to be positive. So anyway, I'm doing this chart. It's called Always My Mother from Heritage Crafts, Peter Underhill. And I'm making changes. I'm changing the pink roses to purple roses because my mother was very purple lady. And one thing that I didn't show you guys that I'm going to add to this, we got this back after my mom passed. We got this back from the hospital. We got a ring that she happened to be wearing. It was this costume jewelry ring, and Reagan really wanted it to wear on a chain. So she's been wearing that. And then we also got this necklace back that I don't even know where my mom got this. She had so many friends and so many people at the nursing home where she lived who adored her, the CNAs and the nurses, and she was very, very well loved. But anyway, she was wearing this butterfly necklace. Again, I think it's just costume jewelry, but we got it back. It's in a biohazard bag because she was in the COVID ward, and so it was held and isolated for weeks and everything. But anyway, it's this little butterfly necklace, but I'm going to take the butterfly and put it on this piece as a charm. And it was, you know, the last thing that she was wearing next to her heart. Okay, so that's gonna get me all sentimental. Anyway, so I restarted this. For those of you that weren't here last week, I originally started it on this piece of fabric. I started this last week, or the week before last. And I was doing it on this, like apple green 18 count, apple green splash is what it's called. And it's an 18 count Aida. And I realized in doing the stitching that this particular pattern has a lot of what they call straddle stitches and a lot of partial stitches and a lot of half stitches and quarter stitches, and just trying to get the detail in not that large of a pattern. It has a lot of sort of weird stitching. It was really hard to do on the Aida, and it just didn't look although I was able to do it, and this actually looks fine, it wasn't doing, it didn't look the way I wanted it to look, and it wasn't the enjoyable experience that I wanted it to be. Several people commented and said, you know, maybe it's too early for me to be doing this, and you don't need to push it. And I 100% agree with that. However, I really do want to start it this month. I wanted to start it before my mom's birthday. I don't feel the need to like get it done in any kind of quick way. I'd like to get it done before maybe the anniversary of her passing. So I have until the end of next January to finish it. I think I'm going to put in a strand or two a week, perhaps, and that will be enough, you know, just to touch on it, to think about my mom a little bit while I'm doing it. But anyway, so this fabric wasn't working for me. I realized that I really wanted to use an even weave. I thought it would work a lot better with an even weave, and so I switched to, this is a 25 count, and it's a Pink Powder Splash, which I don't like quite as much as the green apple, but I still think it's really pretty. It's a little bit more subtle, I guess, and it's working much better with this fabric. And it's going to be a little bit bigger, which is fine. So I cut the fabric. This piece will completely fit it. Actually, probably this is even bigger than I need. But yeah, so I restarted it, did a couple strands. I'm using all silk flosses, which is my first time really using silk on a cross stitch. I've used it on counting canvas pieces, but I haven't used it on cross stitch yet. And I'm really glad to be kind of using that special floss for the first time on this special piece. So that's what I got done so far on it. And, you know, as expected, the silks are super rich and they look beautiful and they feel so soft when I'm stitching them. So as I wanted, it's going to be a really nice experience to stitch on this piece. Using the 25 count Lugana, I think, is a good choice too, because it's easy to stitch. It's easy to see the holes. There's no frustration with it. It's all smooth and nice, and that's what I wanted this to be. I just want it to be an enjoyable thing to stitch, thing to think about my mom while I'm stitching it, and no rush on it. And when I get it done, it's going to be a really pretty piece to remind me of her, to make me think of her when I see it. Not that I need something to make me think of her, because I think of her every day, but okay, so that was my restart. My whips that I worked on this week, for the most part, I worked on my focus this month is my pretty lady things, and I worked on several of them, except when I went over to Erin and Stacey's this weekend. Most of my pretty lady pieces, actually all of them, are either small count fabric or big pieces, so I didn't want to bring any of those with me. It was too difficult. So instead I brought this chart, which I am getting really close to finish. This is my Crosswing Collection Chickadees. I'm doing this for my friend Tracy, who lives in Pittsburgh, and I haven't seen her now in real life in a couple years, but I see her pretty much every week, because one of the good things, I guess, that COVID did is it introduced me and a lot of people to the concept of Zoom and the concept of getting together with your friends via the computer. And for friends that live cross country and we can't see each other, even if we could go, you know, out, we can now do it. And so we've been getting together almost once a week, or sometimes more, online, and sometimes we craft together, sometimes we just chit chat, we share our stories, and you know, there's kids running around in the background for some of us, there's animals always running around and making an appearance, there's partners and husbands for those of us who have them, and it's nice. We've learned that we can connect that way. It seems weird that we didn't kind of figure that out before, but we didn't, and now we will. And even when life is more normal and we can all go out and go to restaurants and whatever, I think that we will continue to have our Friday night get-togethers on Zoom. Maybe not every week, but yeah, I don't intend to go more months and months and months without seeing my friend's face. I want to see her, even if it's on my computer screen. So anyway, all that to be said, I'm working on this for her. She had her second vaccine on Friday and wasn't feeling very well yesterday, but she said she's better today, so that's good. And this is how far I got. So I got a lot more done on this little chickadee, lot more. And this whole bottom part now is 100% complete. I think I've been saying it was finished like the last 3 times I showed it to you, and then I would go back in and realize, oh, nope, I still had half of a leaf to do. So I need to just finish this chickadee, and then there's the branch that comes up here with some more of the berries, and then it really will be done. And then I will move on. I believe the next one that she is interested in me making is a blue jay. So I have a whole book of bird patterns, and I intend to make these ongoing for her because she loves these natural patterns. She has become a total bird and squirrel and chipmunk person, because they have a lot of them in their backyard. Maybe after 2 or 3 birds, she'll want a chipmunk or a squirrel. I mean, I'm sure I can find lots of those patterns too. But the next one I believe will be a blue jay, and it'll be this same brand and type of fabric, except instead of the very light model blue, it will be, I think, a light model pink is what we're going to use for the blue jay, because I'm trying to remember here from memory, but I believe the blue jay, you know, obviously the blue jay is very blue and it's on a branch with yellow flowers. It will look really nice on the pink. And then I believe the third one that she wanted me to do is there's a cardinal, and that will be on this very same fabric again, but it's like a tan. The cardinal, obviously the bird is red, and then I'm not sure, I think it has like wintry, more pine cone-y type. I don't think it has flowers, but anyway, so that was the only other whip that I worked on that wasn't one of my pretty ladies. So other than that, I worked on Ella this week. This is my memorabilia that I have on the go. Ella the Frog Princess. Come on, focus. So I love her. She's so pretty. And she's not, I mean, the flowers are totally like my colors. The creams and yellows and stuff like that are not like my favorite colors to work with, but she's just so pretty. It's worth it. I do like green, and I'm doing this on a green fabric. So I finished this whole flower bit. So I got a bit done on that because I think I did like that whole little area right there. And you know what? I'm holding it upside down. I was holding it upside down. Okay, I was like, that doesn't really look like flower. Now it looks like a flower. So I did this whole area. Okay, that just made me look really stupid. Okay, so that's Ella, the Frog Princess. I have another memorabilia. I'm not itching to start it yet. The Florentina. I'm not itching to start it yet. And I kind of want to get way more done on her before I start the other one, but maybe next year. Because I'm liking the way I'm doing this you know, monthly focus, and doing the pretty ladies is a good focus to do because I have several of them and it fits really well. Okay, then I worked, didn't get a ton done on this. I did this while I was on a Zoom crafty meetup, like I said, with my friend and with Stacy, so I get less done because I'm talking too much. But I worked on my Catnap Fae by Carrie Hawks. I'm sorry, this is not Carrie Hawks. This is Nadia Tate. Carrie Hawks is the Lavender Roses, but I have several of these Nadia Tate fairies, and I love them all. These are definitely, you know, I'm not going to start a second one until I finish this one. So when she's done, I'm probably going to very soon after start another of the Nadia Tate fairies. But this is the first one. Of course, with the Nadia Tate fairies, I picked all ones that have cats on them. No surprise to any of you guys who know me, because like I have cats on, what, 90% of my projects? So I did maybe about 60, 70 stitches, so just a few rows. Finished that little star got finished. She's really pretty. They're all really pretty, aren't they? Obviously, I'm not stitching the background on this. So I think I did calculation and it's at like 30% or something, but that's 30% of the entire thing. Since I'm not stitching the background, it's going to be quite a bit more than that. But I don't know how to figure that. All I can do is figure how many stitches I've done versus how many stitches are in the whole piece. So I don't, without actually counting the ones I'm leaving off, which I don't really feel like doing, I'm not sure how to calculate that. I will talk about these little bottom things when we get to haul, because I bought these to try out. To hold the parking, and I'm liking them. Okay, and then I also worked on my two new pretty ladies that I started this month. First one is the Wind Moon Fairy. This is a Dimensions Gold kit. The artwork is Nene Thomas. And so this is a kit, so it came with everything that you need, including this 16 count gray Aida. And still doesn't really look like anything yet, but I like that all of my pretty ladies kind of all each have like a different like color focus. So if I'm in a blue mood, blue gray is this one. Pinks and yellows and everything is Ella. And then Bellatrix, which is my last one here that I worked on this week, is the gorgeous like maroons and purples. Okay, and this is Bellatrix. My head, she's Morgan, which is my D&D character. We played D&D yesterday and defeated a 5-headed dragon, which was kind of difficult, but we did it. And this is the start on her. And again, doesn't quite look like anything yet. This is actually, her leg is gonna stick out here, I think. But this is fun to do. It's kind of different than doing like a Hade, working on a Mirabilia, or this is actually Bella Filipina, so #StitchAsia. The Mirabilia and the Bella Filipina are more chunks of color. So that's one reason why I don't stitch those on the diagonal. I don't feel that need to stick to the 10 stitch thing to keep everything organized in my head. I do mark off my charts. I use paper charts. I like it that way. I know so many people have said like pattern keeper's a game changer and everything. It's just not something that at this point that I feel like I need. I like having my paper chart and I like marking off my pattern. So that's how it works for me right now. So that is all of my whips for this week, and I'm going to be enjoying working on all of those patterns again for the next week. I'm trying to think what I'm going to work on today, and I think Bellatrix is calling to me. I haven't worked on her in a couple days, and I really want to get back to all those colors. So I think I'm going to get some more on here today. Okay, so haul. Don't have a ton. As I said, I ordered a couple packages of these Bob Ease bobbins from Amazon. I saw this and this idea on Brenda Handcraft Maniac. Her daughter-in-law is actually, I don't know if she's using these as a base. I think there's another kind too that she's using as a base. And then she's putting a magnet on the back and putting like a decorative item on the front. And they're basically, well, they're bobbins that you can use for thread, for whatever, but they make really good parking bobbins. So in other words, if you park your threads, you end up with, whether it's on the diagonal or however you do the stitching part, if you park, you end up with threads hanging. And people who don't like parking, that's why they don't like it. They don't like the hanging threads. It bothers them. Doesn't bother me. I tend to pull them out of the way, like the sections that I'm not using, and wrap them around a needle minder basically. But when I saw these bobbin things, I thought that that would be kind of, whoops. Okay. That would be a good thing to do. So basically, these are the threads that are going to be for the next diagonal. So I'm not going to be using these for quite a while. So you open up the bobbin like that. And then you can wrap your threads around them. I'm doing this upside down and backwards here. So you wrap your threads. This works a lot better when you're not on camera and trying to do it backwards. And then close it, and it holds it. And now the one thing that Brenda said, and this is why her daughter-in-law, who has an Etsy shop, got involved, is she did this, and it was great to hold the threads, but then they were like flopping around, and that was bugging her. So she decided that it would be really good to, like a needle minder, have it magnetized so that you could stick it to your project and hold it tight. And that's what her daughter-in-law has done. Me being the, you know, DIYer that I am, I'm like, well, I have a ton of magnets because I started making needle minders, and I can do it myself. So when I was trying it out, I didn't actually attach anything to these. I had a small needle minder top that fit in there, and I kind of did it that way. I am going to glue a couple together and then put probably one of my little resin pieces on here. I think that would be cute. Yeah, so that I'm gonna kind of do the same thing. I do like supporting small businesses and everything, and that's why I want to tell you guys. And unfortunately, I don't remember the name of her daughter-in-law's Etsy shop. But if you watch Brenda Handwork Maniac, which, you know, go ahead and watch her because her videos are awesome, then she will talk about her daughter-in-law's shop. But I just got these Bob Ease bobbins from Amazon. They were relatively inexpensive, and they, I think, are going to work really well to hold parked threads. The other things I got this week, I just got some more clear round stickers. I use these in kitting up. Oh, and then speaking of kitting up, one of the days this week, instead of stitching, I kitted up this project, which is Kitty Magic. I'm going to be starting this in May for my Cat Mania. So yes, I'm starting another quick stitch Haid. I have two that are only like, you know, half to 3/4 completed, and because I'm a crazy person, I'm going to start another one because look at it. How cute is this pattern? I've been very, very intrigued to try out a Heaven and Earth design that's kind of black and white, and this one has a little bit of color in it. So the eyes in the kitty are actually green. This has only 51 colors, and of course I say only, but typically Heaven and Earth design normal patterns have like 90 something colors, so that is quite a bit smaller amount of colors. And then in addition to that, the greens in here, most of them are under 10 stitches, 25 stitches. So when I kitted it up, as far as the greens went, I just would put one strand on here because I didn't feel, you know, for 25 stitches, and in some cases there's probably 3 or 4 colors that had 1 or 2 stitches. Yes? You want to say hi? All right, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. What? Here's the big boy. Here's the big boy. Oh. He's a heavy cat. He's a big porky. When you look at the camera, show everybody your pretty eyes. Look. Yeah. Can you hear that purring? He's a very loud purr. Okay, I'll be done in a minute. Anyway, so I kitted up all these flosses, all these really beautiful black and gray, and just a few green, and I'm kind of excited to see what this is going to look like. I also decided to try Petite Treasure braid in this pattern. Most of the Heaven and Earth design patterns, at least the ones that I've got, all have one kind of sparkly thread, and it calls for Krynic. So my first one, I'm using Krynic to try out, and I like that. The second one, the Catnap Fae, I decided to try DMC, you know, the sparkly DMC. I hate it. You know, I'm doing it, so I have to continue to do it for that pattern, but it's not fun to work with at all. The Krynic isn't bad. It stitches fine. I got a cat right here. It stitches fine, but it's okay to work with. The DMC, I don't like it. I don't really like the way it looks up close. Far away, it's going to be fine. But for this one, I decided to try another option, which is the Rainbow Gallery. Rainbow Gallery Treasure Braid. So I'm going to be using that. But anyway, this took an entire evening to cut all these flosses and hang them from my cards. So that was quite the job. I mean, not hard at all, but, and the reason I need the clear stickers is I use them to cover the labels. Oops. And then the last bit of haul that I have was an impulse buy, you know, one of those, I'm a little bored, so let's go look at 1 2 3 Stitch and buy something. So I told you guys last week that I'm going to be starting another, that's not it, I'm going to be starting another stitch along with Amy Sprinklestein Stitches, sorry. And we're going to be doing all All Hallows Eve by Lila's Studio, which I have been calling it Lila's Studio. And I found out by watching Julie, a Kansas City girl in a Colorado world, that it is Lila's Studio, not Lila's Studio. She said, and I can't remember who she said, but somebody actually called, talked to the designer and said, how do you say this? And was told Lila. So I'm sorry that I've been mispronouncing that. For anyone that was bothering, I will know now in the future to say Lila's Studio. But anyway, we're going to be starting this in May. I'm doing Cat Mania. I'm sure I'll be talking to you about it the next couple weeks until it starts. I'm kind of got everything kitted up. Maybe I'll do an actual Mania prep video or something as an extra. Maybe that's what I'll load on the 23rd when I'm not here. I don't know. That might be an idea. A lot of people do Mania preps, right? Anyway, so I showed you guys that last week. But I also said at the time that along with All Hallows Eve, that Lila Studio pattern, there was kind of a companion pattern that I also wanted. So I went ahead and got it. And it is this one. It's called Harvest Time, sorry. And you can see it's the same girl, same cat, same sign. This one has a squirrel. It's totally adorable. I'm probably gonna, you know, switch some of the colors out like I did with this one. I'm doing her hair purple in the All Hallows Eve. I'll probably do a purple here too because I have purple hair and I like it. So, but I mean, I like the harvest colors in this, so I don't know that I'm going to change the colors that much. I may not use exactly what's called for, but I think I'm going to do it pretty much the same. Probably have not so neutral a fabric in the background, but I don't know yet. I don't have any plans to start this anytime soon. And then the other pattern that I got, because I am enjoying Bellatrix so much, I wanted to get another Bella Filipina pattern. And I have to say, I really like the Bella Filipina mermaids. Mirabilia has really pretty mermaids, but some of them, I don't know, this is going to sound really awful, and I don't mean to disparage anyone, but some of the mermaids, I just don't like the shape of their tails for Mirabilia. There's something about them that they don't have the grace or whatever that I am looking for. And this mermaid, and she also has purple hair, so come on. I just thought she was so pretty. So this is a Bella Filipina, what is it called? Enchantress of the Abyss. And I also like that she has this sort of peridot colored tail. My birthday is in August, so I don't know. I kind of feel like if I were a mermaid and if I was a skinny mermaid, I would look like this. So I relate. So I don't know when I'm going to start this. I may have a hankering to start it in August when it's really hot here. So yeah, I know last August I got very into mermaids. I still have my Shannon Christine mermaids to finish or work on this year. So they may take care of my mermaid desire, but if they don't, then I have this one to start. I don't have a fabric picked out or anything like that. I think this is a really pretty, the way this fabric is modeled, but I think I might want it a little less green and a little bit more blue. So I'm going to have to keep an eye out for something that I think will work for that. I still want it like a dark blue green, but maybe a little bit more blue than the green it's on. So that was my haul for this week. And pretty much plans and everything that's coming up. Yeah, so I think that's it, you guys, for this week. Gonna do a few chores this afternoon. I think I'm gonna take a little nap, snuggle with my kitty because he's being a little needy right now. Yeah, just a little bit needy. A little bit needy. So, and I'm going to work on Bellatrix. So those are my plans for today. I think I'm going to watch Ant-Man and the Wasp, or Ant-Man and Wasp, because I watched Ant-Man with the fam yesterday. The kids wanted to watch that, and Stacey and I watched and stitched, and I actually really enjoyed it. So now I want to watch the second one. So I hope that until I see you again, that you guys have a wonderful week full of stitching and crafting and love from a kitty or a puppy or a people or a friend or me. Just send me a message and I'll reply. So anyway, have a good week, you guys. And until I see you again, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. This is Karla and Buggy, and have a good week, you guys. Bye-bye.